Panther. The cast of Black Panther celebrates the collaboration of 12 actors in its ensemble.
For Black Panther, the 25th annual SAG Awards tonight. We are feeling it here at ET Live for this big win.
I mean, yes, you took the words right out of my mouth, but yes, a triumphant win for such a triumphant movie. Chadwick Boseman, Lupita Nyong'o, Angela Bassett. I mean, the cast is just so amazing. And Chadwick's speech, even though the music started playing, they were trying to rush him off, was truly inspiring. We actually have, let's take a look at it. It was one of the best of the evening.
We know what it's like to be beneath and not above. And that is what we went to work with every day, because we knew not that we would be around during award season or that it would make $1 billion, but we knew that we had something special that we wanted to give the world, that we could be full human beings in the roles that we were playing, that we could create a world that exemplified a world that we wanted to see. We knew that we had something
so amazing. You know, like, I don't want to say this is the culmination of a great year for the cast of Black Panther, Cassie, because we still have the Oscars, we still have more awards, but, you know, representation in Hollywood, Crazy Rich Asians, and now this, it's just very indicative of where we're going with movies, and it was a fantastic movie.
Oh my God, I mean, it's the third highest grossing movie of all time, behind Titanic and Avatar. I mean, it was funny because we talked about this the other day when we were kind of giving out our predictions, who was gonna take home performance by a cast in a motion picture. And you know, obviously the category is heavy hitters. You know, you have A Star is Born, you have Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody. But you gotta think of it as the performance by the cast. Like when I think of, for example, A Star is Born, I really only think of like 3 characters, you know, Sam, Bradley, and Lady Gaga. But when I think of Black Panther, I think of how important each person's role was and how it was pivotal to collectively. But I mean, just the movie itself, the message, the technology, the visuals, the music. I was a little nervous that because Black Panther kind of came out before a lot of the other movies, that it would have lost the momentum, but I'm very, very, very happy that the Screen Actors Guild recognizes how important this movie was and is. And like Chadwick said, there's no Black Panther without a 2 after it.
Cassie, those are fantastic points. Also being that it's a superhero movie. Okay, so normally you have Batman, The Dark Knight, Superman, X-Men. Those are movies that, yes, they do fantastic at the box office, but really don't garner performance accolades for the actors in these movies because the action, the CGI. But great points because every single role in that, from Lupita to Letitia to Chadwick, just came out swinging. So well deserved.
Congratulations to the entire Black Panther cast.
Next up, the winner for female actor in a leading role, Glenn Close. Yes,
I mean,
finally,
are we
girl.
surprised,
We are not. She won for The Wife. Oh, Glenn, listen to her speech. Truly fantastic.
I am so proud to be in this union. I am so proud to receive this award from my fellow actors. And I think of all of us sitting in the room, and I think of all of you watching on TV, all of you who haven't had the chances that we've had, and I salute you with this.
I'm not surprised with this one. She won the Globe. She's nominated for an Oscar for this role. Of course, she also tied with Gaga at the Critics' Choice Award. I mean, this was her best work, I will say, in my personal opinion. And I love a good Glenn Close moment.
No,
you go, Glenn Close. I will use that joke to the end of time.
Okay, look, she's a fantastic actress, legendary. She's up there with Meryl Streep. I mean, my favorite Glenn Close is Fatal Attraction, Start Cooking the Bunny with Michael Douglas. I'm gonna leave it there.
Had a little reunion tonight. Both of them were there at the SAG Awards.
But I will say though, one of the things I love about her speech and a lot of other speeches tonight is that why are they there at the SAG Awards? Ooh, we're just losing stuff here because we're so excited. It's because they want to recognize what SAG-AFTRA is, and they want to recognize that yes, not only are the actors being recognized for their fantastic and stellar roles, but stand-ins, people that are extras. SAG afterwards just for that, to make sure that they have a safe and ethical work environment.
Right.
So when all these actors, like Glenn Close highlights that, it's like cherry on top.
100%. All right, you guys, next category. Rami Malek, another one that I am not surprised with. Rami Malek winning Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Leading Role, giving an unbelievable speech, of course, tributing his statue to Freddie Mercury. Here's a little clip of his speech.
This just seems extraordinary to me when I look at those actors I am nominated with, truly. I just never in my wildest dreams thought I could be in a category with these men, and I'm so proud to be one of your peers and to celebrate my peers tonight and to be celebrated by them.
I mean, first of all, his Golden Globe speech was so moving. You know, this is for you, beautiful. And then tonight, he's so effusive and he's so gracious for this role because he's playing Freddie Mercury, Cassie. It's not like he is embodying a fictional person. Freddie Mercury was real. The pressure.
What's so interesting is before he went into this role, he really didn't know the magnitude of who Freddie Mercury was as an individual. He was familiar with Queen, but you know, he didn't really dive into the world. So what I love and why I think this is so deserving of an award for Rami is that his prep for this role. I mean, he took classes for speech, for dance. I mean, obviously you can't choreograph Freddie Mercury, but he did the best that he could. And I just, you know, wearing the teeth and the how his voice just matched everything to a T. I will say when I watched this movie, it was after A Star Is Born, and at first I was like, oh my God, A Star Is Born is gonna take home all the awards. And then I watched Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm like, it's gotta go to Rami.
Well, we caught up with Rami on the red carpet, who also had some amazing things to say about his experience. Take a look.
It's been breathtaking. I mean, to get a Golden Globe was one thing. You dream about these moments as an actor, as a young man, and when they come to fruition, you almost just can't believe that it's happening. So, no, really. And then to get an Oscar nomination the other day it's obviously the highlight of my career. That's something I will have for the rest of my life. And as a young man, to ever think that that moment was possible, I thought it was out of reach. And it just proves that we can achieve our dreams. If we put the work in, it can happen.
That was... What he just said right there was also an echoing theme of a lot of people. Jason Bateman, when he gave his speech, when he accepted his award for Ozark, which we'll touch on a little bit later, said, hey, you're one job away from your dream job. If you're not working as much as you were before, it's okay. I was there after Arrested Development. That was him, Rami Malek, talking to Nichelle Turner. And I just think it's interesting that, you know, we have the Oscars, we have the Golden Globes, which celebrates Hollywood, but these are celebrating the people behind the scenes as well.
Well, you mentioned the Oscars, and I have a question for you. The SAG Awards are kind of that bellwether for the Oscars.
Yes.
Now with Rami taking home the statue for Male Actor in a Leading Role, do you think he's going to take the Oscar home as well?
Well, just like you, I watched A Star Is Born and Bohemian Rhapsody back to back, and I think it's a toss-up between Bradley Cooper and him.
Really? Rami's gonna take it.
I think Rami had a more dynamic performance.
100%. Everyone who is watching, tweet us at ET Now using the hashtag ETLive. We want to know your opinions too, and you know, who you're excited for that one, and who you think, you know, might take home an Oscar too.
But this ensemble, led by Tony Shalhoub, Alex Borstein, Maren Hinkle, and Michael Zegan, as well as our guest actors and our too often unsung background actors who work the same hours with us and share this union with us, many of them, I couldn't be luckier to be a part of this amazing group of artists.
So good. That was Rachel Brosnahan during her acceptance speech at the SAG Awards. She received Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Comedy Series for her role as Midge in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, you guys, tonight just swept everything pretty much. Her co-star Tony Shalhoub also snagged a win for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Comedy Series. He plays Midge's dad, Abe. But that's the only win the show received at the SAG Awards. The series that's not the only win, sorry. The series even took home Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble in a Comedy Series. When, you know, this is all within like the first 10 minutes of the SAG Awards.
Bam,
so it was like
bam.
Marvelous Mrs. Mabel, Marvelous, I can't even speak. It was back to back to back. And so they were nominated. They kind of led the TV nominations with 4 of them. And they won everything that they were nominated for. Obviously, the 4th one is for Alex Borstein, who was nominated alongside Rachel. Obviously, she didn't take it home, but Rachel still did, so it's all within the family. They literally crushed the SAG Awards.
Well, rightfully so, Delora. It's a great show. It's a great, and you know, I think me and you talked about this one time because everyone was like, "The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, you got to get into it." I was like, "Whatever."
See, I have not. Oh, this sounds.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
I have not. I've seen the first episode. I have not watched the rest of it. It's in its 2nd season, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of the ones that I have to get on. I hear nothing but things about it.
Here's why, because not only is it brilliantly written and the content is just so fantastic, but women breaking a norm and doing something that a man has normally dominated back in that time, and still having just autonomy over who she is in her career and her life. It's truly groundbreaking. When people say The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is groundbreaking, I normally laugh when they use the word groundbreaking for things. With this, it's on point.
I love that. Mic drop for that. Okay, I want to go to This Is Us next because, and I was so sad. I think you went to go change or you were in the bathroom when this one was announced and you missed my excitement. I was literally off the little couch and screaming for This Is Us winning their 2nd SAG Award for Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble in a Drama Series. I don't know, we do have a little clip of their speech. Here it is.
And the actor goes to This Is Us.
The 15-actor ensemble of
Second year in a
This Is
row.
Us.
Yes,
Well deserved,
It
though.
is. I mean, they win for the 2nd year in a row. It's not they say it's a pleasant surprise. It's not a pleasant surprise. But what's really interesting is that you had Rachel Brosnahan, who was just singing Sterling K. Brown's praises on the red carpet. If she could be in a project with anyone, it would be with him.
If I could be in a project with anybody, it would be Sterling K. Brown too. I do believe we have that clip from the red carpet. Can we show that?
You spearheaded this whole storyline of the big 3 finding Nikki. What are we going to find out next?
You know, we're going to find out that things aren't what they seem, perhaps. You know, we took this whole journey with Jack, and we built him up into this superhero, and
now he's a liar.
Well, you know what? People lie, and good people lie, and here's a weird thing for you to wrap your brain around, which I kind of haven't quite yet. But honest people sometimes lie.
There are things that Jack has done that I support, and there are other things that I do not. Not speaking to his brother for that many years, I don't. But I also understand men of that era coming out of war, the difficulties of it. That is a very tough thing to shoulder, and you know, we don't walk in Jack's shoes, I a little more than anybody else, but even I know that there was room for him as a human being, as a family member, to like extend his hand to his brother, you know.
I got to be up at 5. I'm doing a really great scene with a really good friend of mine, a little guest star. Yeah.
Who is it?
I can't tell you.
Oh, come on, give us a clue.
I can't tell you, but it's going to
Girl
be,
or boy? Girl or boy?
A really great scene.
That was the cast of This Is Us on the red carpet with E.T.'s Kelty Knight.
Can't get enough of them, right?
Can't get enough. They have, you just heard it from Chris Sullivan, they have an early call time tomorrow morning, like 6 a.m.
The show goes on.
But they have a well-deserved win that they should be celebrating tonight.
I would agree. A true shocker, though, is female actor in a supporting role. We were all either shocked or about to cry. Emily Blunt for A Quiet Place. It was written and directed by her husband, John Krasinski, and she paid tribute in her acceptance speech. So good.
The entire experience of doing this with you has completely pierced my heart directly. You are a stunning filmmaker. I'm so lucky to be with you and to have done this film with you. Thank you for giving me the part. You would have been in major trouble if you hadn't, so you didn't really have an option, but thank you.
Where is my John Krasinski?
I know. He's
He had tears in his eyes, just so proud of his wife. But I feel like both of them were equally surprised, as well as kind of everyone watching at home too, because she hasn't really been getting a lot of love this award season. She was kind of snubbed for the Oscars. No love for A Quiet Place for her role or her role as Mary Poppins. So I think she was just like, I won!
Right.
Oh my God.
Finally.
And I will say, she also wins Best Dressed in my eyes.
Agreed.
Her pink sparkly number. I don't even know what this was up here, but it was epic, paired with those gorgeous Forever Mark diamonds. I mean, she's flawless. And she even said on stage, she was like, she was so surprised that she said something cute about like how her like hair is just like slicked back.
Yeah. What was interesting though too, and super endearing, was that when they announced the runners in the category, John Krasinski went, woo, before she even won. I mean, their love affair and their love is just so real.
Because they're a team, obviously, personally as husband and wife, and then professionally too, as, you know, working together on the movie. Where's my John Krasinski?
We're manifesting. We're manifesting.
Manifesting it.
John Krasinski tweeted out earlier in the night, honored to be on the arm of this double nominee. There he is with the Emily Blunt. So perfect, so great. And another thing about A Quiet Place is it's really quiet. So the amount, it's really quiet. So the amount of talent it takes to be a compelling actor without using words.
Right.
Truly mesmerizing.
Someone else who was mesmerizing tonight is Mahershala Ali, taking home a big win for his role in Green Book. I do believe we have his acceptance speech.
Amongst this fraternity of artists who have the good fortune of getting to deal and wrestle with the human condition and trying to do that responsibly. So thank you so much.
On the red carpet as well, he was just so engaging. He beat out Richard E. Grant and Timothée Chalamet and Sam Elliott. But on the red carpet, it was interesting what he told E.T. Take a listen.
Experience the film for themselves, I think they tend to tell people about it, and it's obviously, so to me that tells me that it's resonating with people, more importantly after the fact opposed to before walking into the theater.
That was Mahershala's third SAG Award win. Of course, he won the Golden Globe and the Critics' Choice for this role, and he's also nominated for the Oscar. Again, this is one that I'm gonna confidently say I do believe he will take home the Oscar for this role.
I mean, Green Book's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, so just such a night, Cassie. We were watching the show.
We're still shook. Can you tell? We're a little. It's hard to get our words together because it's
a lot.
Big night in Hollywood.
Very emotional, but another night of parties and glamour in Hollywood. We're gonna go out to our friends at Variety are following it all. Listen out to our friend Mark Malkin. He is a senior event and lifestyle editor at Variety. He is in the press room right now. Mark, what is going on?
There is a big party going on. I think you could probably hear the music. It's kind of insane. Right now, they're just waiting for Black Panther to come on through. It's pretty exciting backstage. It's kind of this sort of wild, informal thing where it's just pictures and holding up those trophies, which are 13 pounds, and everyone loves to talk about how heavy those awards are.
Mark, I could imagine the winners who are going back in the press room are very excited, but probably also very emotional. Have you seen anyone shed some tears?
There's definitely been some tears shed, and there's definitely been some shaking and like, oh my God, I won. Sandra Oh, who I think everyone thought was going to win, I feel like she didn't know it because she actually came backstage and you have to sign these commemorative posters. And she's like, I can't even sign my name right now. She was shaking.
That's so awesome. I mean, you speak of Sandra Oh, her acceptance speech was truly mesmerizing and moving, in the fact that she highlighted Alfre Woodard and Lena Waithe and Jamie Foxx, and when she said that Alfre Woodard told her, hey, I see you, I know what you're doing, you are a woman of color in this business, I know what you're going through, I feel you. I think that, to me, was one of the breakout and standout acceptance speeches of the night for me. What do you think, Mark?
I mean, I think it was just such a personal thing. The fact that she remembered when they said it to her, what year they said it to her. And obviously, you know, Sandra Oh, she really has been representing a community, and every community that's been marginalized sees themselves in Sandra Oh. And she has had quite a year. I mean, she co-hosted the Golden Globes for, you know, it's pretty amazing. And she's really one of those people who's on the carpet and she's humble. She has humility. She's not someone who has turned into a diva. Maybe she has every reason to be a diva, but she has not turned into one.
Yes, preaching the gospel, Mark. So we just talked about Emily Blunt and John Krasinski's moment when John was tearing up. Did you tear up too? I did, Mark.
I just tear up when I think about them. I mean, they just really, you watch them and it is so real. There is nothing, you know, you look at some couples and you're like, yeah, they don't really like each other that much. These two really like each other. They like hanging out together. And the fact that he just helped her get this SAG award, it's kind of mind-blowing. And talk about her year, Quiet Place, Mary Poppins, but she goes and gets the SAG award for the movie that her husband wrote and directed.
Mark, now you're backstage in the press room, and can you give our audience a little kind of backstage glimpse into what happens after people come into the press room? Like, where do they go after?
So basically, they win their award, they come off stage, they come and they sign these commemorative posters, these SAG award posters. Then they do like a little portrait. Then actually there's someone backstage who is printing out photos of them from their win, from them being on stage, and they're putting them in frames and giving it to them. Then they do a photo line, then they do a bunch of interviews, then they do the interview room, and then they get to go back into the award show. So it's really sort of this machine, this sort of assembly line that's going on. And it's really sweet. You have someone like Zachary Levi, who got there early, and he just waited until the rest of the cast of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel came to take the cast photo. He wouldn't go on the photo line by himself. Then you have someone like Mahershala Ali, who took photos with his wife. You know, it's a winner's walk, but he brought his wife on it. It's so sweet.
That's so sweet. Well, Mark, we will actually check back in with you in a little bit to get more of that backstage glimpse at the SAG Awards press room.
Absolutely. Now we're going to check in with ET's Nichelle Turner, who was hanging out with some of the cast of This Is Us at the SAG Awards.
I tried my best.
You did well, so well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just love the conversations that were had with such care and compassion. It just really did my heart good watching.
Thank you.
That's the reaction. That's like the reactions that we want. This is such a realistic show with realistic situations, so that people are actually like heartfelt about it. It's like amazing.
Now Randall's won the election. What happens to the family? What's going on?
Well, we'll see. Like upcoming episodes, you will see how this situation changed it for the good and for the bad. So I'm super excited for you
Well,
guys.
at least he got to come back in the bedroom. At least he wasn't on the couch anymore. We were worried about Beth and Randall.
Yeah. We were. Yeah.
All right, you ladies have fun. What are you gonna do tonight?
Who's what after party?
You're like, can I get to the after party? Can we be done?
I'm gonna eat.
What's the first thing you're gonna eat when you take this dress off?
Everything.
There you go.
Everything.
There you go. Congratulations, y'all.
Thank
All right,
you.
have a good one. You look beautiful, ladies.
As they should. Get some In-N-Out Burger if you want.
That was ET's Nichelle Turner backstage with some of the cast of This Is Us. Big night for them, celebrating their outstanding performance by an ensemble in a drama series win. Congratulations to all of the winners at the SAG Awards. We here at ET Live, we're going to break down the winners and the snubs, the surprises, more backstage
the tears,
action.
the fashion.
All of it.
All of it. Guys, stick with the stream. More ET Live when we come back.